Okay, so first you have to write the general description about models in decision making, why that models are required. That thing you have to write. And after that, you are supposed to write down the John's model and its 4 steps that you are supposed to write. Okay, so that is answer for first question. Then second, elaborate individual and situational influences on decision making. So whatever are the influences we have seen. इंडिव्हिज्युअल मध्ये 6 सब पॉइंट आहेत आणि सिच्युएशनल मध्ये 2-3 सब पॉइंट आहेत. दॅट यू हॅव टू राईट. अँड देन थर्ड वन इट इज द केस स्टडी. दॅट केस स्टडी काय आहे ते एक्झाम्पल ऑलरेडी ट्युटोरियल मध्ये मी तुम्हाला त्याचा अर्थ सांगितलाय. वन केस स्टडी आय हॅव डिस्कस्ड बाय taking inputs from you, and like that we have seen what are the possible answers also, but this I have given you so that you can write down the answers by your own. So is there any doubt in these 2-3 questions for anyone? Please give answers. कुणाला काय डाऊट आहे का याच्यामध्ये? Either say yes or no. If any doubt you have, ask it right now only. And if no any doubt, you submit it in time. Okay. So I will give you one some more time. Okay, you submit it up to today evening 7 p.m. Okay, so if you require some more time, submit it up to 7 p.m. today. Okay, so now we will start with the theoretical things, whatever we have started in the previous lecture. So can anyone tell what we have seen in the previous lecture? What points we have started?
Components of business ethics management.
Yes, so we have started with components of business ethics management. So in second chapter up till now we have seen these 3-4 points, syllabus. Then we have seen, just a minute, these models of ethical decision making. What is the concept? Then these 2 diagrams we have seen for model. Then we have seen the John's model. So this question can be asked in MCQ also. So what 2 main things are represented in the model? Different stages in decision making and different influences on that process. So same it is explained in this diagram. After this, as per the John's model, there are these 4 steps in the decision making process. So that also we have completed. Then next, influences on decision making process. This part we have completed. So 2 influences, individual and situational. So again, in individual influences, we have seen various subpoints, and under this, just a minute. So under individual, we have seen the various parameters: age and gender, natural and cultural characteristics. National and cultural characteristics. That point we have seen, and some other points are the in this individual influences is personal integrity. All that points we have discussed. Then situational मध्ये आपण बघितलंय की based on the code of conduct of company, based on your role and all that parameters, company's culture, that situational influences are there on the decision making process. I hope all of you are clear with that point. And in last lecture, we have started with this point, business ethics management. So what is the meaning of business ethics management and business ethics? What is the difference? Already we have seen yesterday. Just to summarize, we can say that business ethics काय सांगतं, what is good, what is wrong, what you have to do and what you should not do. That is the meaning of business ethics. Business ethics is one theory, whereas business ethics management is the action which you need to take in order to follow the business ethics during the business transaction. Okay, so this definition. So this definition we have seen for the business ethics management. So here it is given. So the business ethics management is managing any area of business, whether it is production, marketing, accounting, human resources, or any other function, by covering or by which are covering the formal and informal activities. And the management mainly consists of 3 steps or 3 things are there. हे 3 मेन कंपोनेंट आहेत मॅनेजमेंट मधले असं आपण म्हणू शकतो. दॅट इज प्लॅनिंग, इम्प्लिमेंटेशन अँड कंट्रोल. सो एखाद्या कुठल्याही सेक्टर मध्ये बिझनेसच्या किंवा संपूर्ण बिझनेस मध्ये whatever is the business ethics, whether it is followed or not, or assuring the effective implementation of business ethics in any sector of the business, that is called as business management. And how you are making that business ethics management? So in business ethics management, there are mainly these 3 steps or 3 functions are there in the business management, and those are planning, implementation, and control. Okay, so now we have to see the subcomponents of business ethics management. Okay, so yesterday we have seen list of that subcomponents. Can anyone tell what are the subcomponents of business ethics management? At least 1 or 2. Can you remember? Let me check. आपण काल 8 नावं बघितली होती त्याची. So can you tell what are the subcomponents of business ethics? Anybody please? At least.
Mission or value statement, code of ethics, reporting or advice channel, ethics consultants, ethics education and training.
Okay, good. So this diagram I will show you. This definition already we have seen yesterday. Business ethics management is the direct attempt to formally or informally manage ethical issues or problems through specific policies, practices, and programs. That is the definition of business ethics management. Then these are the components. म्हणजे हे सगळे कंपोनेंट यूज करून आपण बिझनेस इथिक्स मॅनेजमेंट किंवा बिझनेस इथिक्स हा पार्ट इम्प्लिमेंट करू शकतो. सो व्हाट आर दॅट? 1 by 1 we will see. First one it is, so totally there are 8 subcomponents. Okay, so based on that the question can be asked as explain the components of business ethics. So first component is mission or value statement. आता mission or value statement म्हणजे काय? So actually along with this mission and value statement there is one more point which we can consider, that is nothing but vision. So already we have seen what is the difference in vision and mission. Number of times we have discussed. So vision is our goal, whereas mission is the strategy or the action plan which we have prepared to reach to our vision. Okay, मग कुठल्याही कंपनी मध्ये किंवा कुठल्याही ऑर्गनायझेशन मध्ये or in any factory or industry, this vision mission statement is important, and along with that value statements are also there. So what that vision mission statement and value statements are indicating? These are indicating the objectives of the company किंवा त्या कंपनीचा मेन फोकस काय आहे किंवा कंपनी बद्दलची माहिती एका ठराविक सेंटेन्सेस मध्ये आपल्याला मिळू शकते. So these are nothing but this mission and value statements of that particular company. So for example, here one example it is given. So Swedish Furniture suggests that its corporate vision is, so here is one vision given for that Swedish furniture company, that is create a better everyday life for everyone. So their aim is to create the better life for everyone. Okay, so what is intention of that company? That is elaborated by its vision statement. Okay, again one more example it is given. British retailer Marks and Spencer aims to be, what is their vision? To be the most trusted retailer wherever we trade. Excuse me, 1 minute. Okay, so this British retailer, they aim to be the most trusted retailer wherever we trade. So their vision is to be most trusted retailer. And how they are going to be that most trusted retailer? By demonstrating a clear sense of social responsibility and consistency in their decision making and behavior. Okay, so that is their mission and vision statement. Okay, so that is the common thing. Many times we have discussed first point. Then second subcomponent, it is code of ethics. So code of ethics means what? आता code of conduct and code of ethics याच्यामध्ये short difference आहे. So code of conduct is describing all the rules or all the guidelines, and that may include sometimes the disciplinary actions also. Whereas in code of ethics, it is just explaining how the ethics can be followed by the employees, or what are the rules. By following that rules, the code of ethics is also followed by the employees. Okay, so that is the concept of code of ethics. Codes of ethics are the voluntary statements that commit organizations, industries, or professions to specific beliefs, values, and actions that set out appropriate ethical behavior for the employees. How the employees should behave, that is explained by using this code of ethics part. Okay, so these are the explicit outlines of what kind of conduct is desired and expected from employees. So whenever we are joining in the any new company or any new institute, along with our order also, the code of conduct for the employees, it is also attached. So how you should behave, that is explained in this code of ethics. Okay, and this is mainly giving the focus on following the ethical values while you are working in the industry. आता प्रत्येक कंपनीचा एक कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट असतो, जसं मी सांगितलं की तेव्हा whatever are rules of our institute, that may not be same for all. So everybody's values, everybody's code of conduct is different based on their culture, based on their location. This code of ethics, it is going to be different for different organizations. So that is also important component of the business ethics management. लक्षात घ्या, आपण बिझनेस इथिक्स मॅनेजमेंट साठी जे सब कंपोनंट्स रिक्वायर्ड आहेत ते कंपोनंट आपण बघतोय. सगळ्यांनी स्क्रीन दिसते का माझी व्यवस्थित? My voice is audible properly? Screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So what are the components? First is vision or mission values, or the core values that we have seen. Then second is the code of ethics. Okay, so how the ethical code it is followed, or what ethics is expected to be followed by the employees, that is given in this second part. हे दोन जर गोष्टी बघितल्या तर आपण त्या आता कोड ऑफ इथिक्स फॉलो होत असेल तर काय म्हणू शकतो आपण, that business ethics it is followed. If any company is not following this code of ethics, त्यांच्या code of ethics मध्ये लिहिलंय employees has to talk or employees have to behave with respect with their colleagues. And if they are not behaving, means code of ethics is not followed. If code of ethics is not followed, can you say that is good ethical business ethics management? जर code of ethics follow होत नसेल तर business ethics management चांगली आहे असं आपण म्हणू शकतो का? तुम्ही सांगा मला.
No, ma'am.
Like that. So with the help of these components, you are ensuring the business ethics is followed or not. That is the concept. आता business ethics follow करण्यासाठी तिसरा सब component कुठला आहे? Reporting or advice channel. So now before going through this description, I will just tell you simply that suppose a company is having some confusion, or they are having the dilemma position. आता हा dilemma हा शब्द बऱ्याच वेळा ह्या सब्जेक्ट मध्ये येईल तुम्हाला. Dilemma means what? द्विधा मनस्थिती. If the businessman is in the dilemma at a particular situation, and if he is not able to take the right decision, he will take help of this reporting or advice channel. So what is the function of this reporting or advice channel? They are helping, or they are providing the helping hand to the businessman, or they are guiding to the businessman to take the right decision. Okay, so that is the task of this reporting or advice channel. जसं आपण एखाद्या गोष्टीसाठी कन्सल्टंट घेतो किंवा एखाद्या गोष्टीसाठी ऍडवायझर घेतो, सिमिलरली फॉर द बिझनेस एथिक्स management at a particular situation, if you are not able to take the right decision, then you can take help of this reporting or advice channels. Okay, so it is given here. Gathering information on ethical matters is clearly an important input into the effective management, and providing employees with appropriate channels for reporting or receiving advice regarding ethical dilemma that can be vital means of identifying potential problems and resolving them before escalate and become public. म्हणजे एखादा प्रॉब्लेम तुम्हाला जर आला तर it is very important to solve that problem in time before it becomes the public, or before it gets publicity. You have to solve that problem, otherwise it may create the risks in the future. So some organizations have introduced ethics or other forms of reporting channel dedicated to providing a mechanism for employees management of ethics or problems and help and guidance on the solution. So these are the reporting channel or advice channel which are helping for proper decision taking when the businessman is in the ethical dilemma position. So that is third component. So is it clear? First three components: mission, value statement, code of ethics and reporting किंवा advice channel. So these three parts are clear. Three components of business ethics. Yes, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the fourth, it is risk analysis and management. So you only tell me what is the meaning of, or what can be the meaning of risk analysis and management, because in our day-to-day life activities also we are considering this point, risk analysis and management. काय होतो याचा अर्थ सांगा मला? What do you understand from this word risk analysis and management means what? Yes, give the answers. I am waiting. Yes, Meenakshi. Can you give the answer, Meenakshi?
Yes, ma'am.
Risk analysis and management means what? कुठलेही एक एक्झाम्पल घ्या तुम्ही आणि यू अनालाइज व्हॉट आर दॅट वर्ड्स. रिस्क अनालिसिस अँड मॅनेजमेंट. सो कॅन एनीवन गिव्ह आन्सर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन? येस मीनाक्षी, कॅन यू गिव्ह आन्सर? रिस्क अनालिसिस आणि मॅनेजमेंट म्हणजे काय? कुठलेही एक एक्झाम्पल कन्सिडर करू शकता. येस. somebody was giving the answer. Yes. Can you tell, Vaishnavi? रिस्क अनालिसिस आणि मॅनेजमेंट याचा अर्थ काय होतो? Vaishnavi.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you understand from this risk analysis and management, that term? See. Okay, you continue. Vaishnavi, continue the answer.
For any analysis, before if you direct going for analysis, maybe that analysis is not good and it is having risk.
Okay. So you consider this word risk analysis as not what are the risk in the analysis. याचा अर्थ असं होत नाही की तुम्ही एखाद्या गोष्टीचं अनालिसिस करताना काय रिस्क येतात. रिस्क अनालिसिस म्हणजे काय, एखादा इव्हेंट, आता तुम्ही एखादा बिझनेस करताय तर त्या बिझनेस मध्ये काय रिस्क येऊ शकतात ह्याचा तुम्ही अनालिसिस करता, दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज द रिस्क अनालिसिस. आणि रिस्क मॅनेजमेंट म्हणजे काय, once you analyze the risk, once you find out what are the possible kind of risk that can occur, you take some actions to minimize the risk, that is called as risk management. So try to understand meaning of this word. Risk analysis म्हणजे एखाद्या बिझनेस मध्ये तुम्हाला काय रिस्क येऊ शकतात ह्याची शक्य अशक्यता पडताळणी करणे, दॅट इज द मिनिंग ऑफ रिस्क अनालिसिस. आता फॉर एक्झाम्पल तुम्ही एखादा यू आर कोऑर्डिनेटर फॉर सम पेपर प्रेझेंटेशन कॉम्पिटिशन, तुमच्या कॉलेजमध्ये पेपर प्रेझेंटेशनचे कॉम्पिटिशन आहे अँड इफ यू आर कोऑर्डिनेटर फॉर दॅट इव्हेंट, मग त्यामध्ये रिस्कचा अर्थ काय होतो इथं, रिस्क म्हणजे फक्त इट इज नॉट हॅव्हिंग मिनिंग दॅट हार्मफुल किंवा ज्याच्यातून जीवाला धोका आहे अशा गोष्टींना आपण रिस्क म्हणत नाही. रिस्क दॅट वर्ड स्टँड्स हिअर फॉर एनिथिंग विच इज गोइंग टू इम्पॅक्ट निगेटिव्हली ऑन युअर आउटपुट. त्याच्यामध्ये काय प्रॉब्लेम येऊ शकतात त्या पर्टिक्युलर प्रोसेसमध्ये, त्या प्रत्येकाला काय म्हणतो आपण, रिस्क. आता तुम्ही पेपर प्रेझेंटेशनचे कोऑर्डिनेटर आहात तर तो इव्हेंट ऑर्गनाईज करताना तुमच्या कुठल्या कुठल्या गोष्टींमुळे त्या इव्हेंटचा प्रॉब्लेम होऊ शकतो याचा जेव्हा तुम्ही अनालिसिस करता तेव्हा त्याला काय म्हणतात, रिस्क अनालिसिस. सो व्हॉट आर द पॉसिबल थिंग्स विच कॅन हॅव द निगेटिव्ह इम्पॅक्ट ऑन द आउटपुट, ह्याचं जेव्हा आपण अनालिसिस करतो ऍट दॅट टाइम इट इज कॉल्ड एज द रिस्क अनालिसिस. ओके, सो एनिथिंग विच इज हॅव्हिंग निगेटिव्ह इम्पॅक्ट ऑन द आउटपुट दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज रिस्क. आणि ह्या सगळ्या कुठल्या टाईपच्या रिस्क येऊ शकतील ह्याचं तुम्ही जेव्हा अनालिसिस करतात ऍट दॅट टाइम इट इज कॉल्ड एज द रिस्क अनालिसिस. मग वन्स यू आर एबल टू आयडेंटिफाय की हा प्रॉब्लेम येऊ शकतो, हा प्रॉब्लेम येऊ शकतो, मग हा प्रॉब्लेम येऊ नये याच्यासाठी आधी तुम्ही काय करू शकता, किंवा जर तो प्रॉब्लेम आला तर तो प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह करण्यासाठी तुम्ही काय सोल्युशन काढू शकता हे जेव्हा तुम्ही इन ऍडव्हान्स डिसाइड करता दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज द रिस्क मॅनेजमेंट. आता फॉर एक्झाम्पल मी जे तुम्हाला एक सिंपल एक्झाम्पल सांगत होते की तुम्ही प्रोजेक्ट एखाद्या पॉवर पॉइंट प्रेझेंटेशन हा एक इव्हेंट आहे, तर सगळ्यांना माहित असेल की आपण वेगवेगळ्या टेक्निकल इव्हेंट्स ऑर्गनाईज करत असतो. तर त्याच्यामधली एक इव्हेंट जर तुम्ही कन्सिडर केली पॉवर पॉइंट प्रेझेंटेशन किंवा टेक्निकल प्रेझेंटेशन, तर त्याच्यामध्ये काय रिस्क आहे की त्यामधल्या कुठल्या गोष्टीमुळे तुमचा तो जो आहे कॉम्पिटिशन दॅट कॅन गेट फेल. सो व्हॉट आर द पॉसिबल रिस्क इन दॅट. तुम्ही आता एक प्रोजेक्टर घेणार, एक कम्प्युटर घेणार आणि त्याच्यावरती दॅट पार्टिसिपेंट्स विल प्रेझेंट देअर पेपर और दे विल प्रेझेंट देअर टॉपिक. सो व्हॉट आर द पॉसिबल रिस्क इन दिस बिकॉज ऑफ विच दॅट मे गेट फेल. तो प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल न होण्यासाठी किंवा ती कॉम्पिटिशन सक्सेसफुल न होण्यासाठी कुठल्या कुठल्या कारणामुळे व्यत्यय येऊ शकतो, ऑल दॅट रिझन्स वी विल कन्सिडर ॲज अ रिस्क. मग काय रिस्क येऊ शकतात त्याच्यामध्ये पॉसिबल सांगा मला, आता मी जे एक्झाम्पल देते ते काय येऊ शकतात रिस्क, और व्हॉट आर द पॉसिबल इंटरप्ट्स इन दॅट प्रोसेस. फर्स्ट फॉर एक्झाम्पल वन थिंग आय विल टेल, पॉवर फेल्युअर किंवा consider that there is no power supply. So if there is no power supply, you will be unable to make that PC on and that projector and all that things that may not work properly because of that. ही झाली रिस्क अनालिसिस. आता तुम्ही असं म्हणताय की ह्या टाईपचा प्रॉब्लेम मला येऊ शकतो, दॅट इज नथिंग बट रिस्क अनालिसिस. अँड टू अवॉइड दॅट रिस्क किंवा त्याला तुम्ही जे सोल्युशन काढता दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज रिस्क मॅनेजमेंट. So you can have the solution की तुम्ही एक साइड बाय त्याला लॅपटॉप प्रोव्हाइड करू शकता त्या कॉम्पिटिशन साठी, किंवा यू कॅन यूज सम पॉवर बॅकअप सोल्युशन फॉर दॅट रिस्क मॅनेजमेंट, लाईक दॅट. काय रिस्क येऊ शकते आणि हाऊ दॅट रिस्क कॅन बी मिनिमाइज्ड. दॅट टू प्रोसेसेस आर कॉल्ड ॲज रिस्क अनालिसिस अँड मॅनेजमेंट. ओके, सो इज इट क्लिअर? Meaning is clear of these two words. Risk analysis म्हणजे काय? एखाद्या बिझनेस मध्ये किंवा एखाद्या तुम्ही चालू केलेल्या कामामध्ये काय टाइपचे प्रॉब्लेम येऊ शकतात जे आपल्या आउटपुट वरती निगेटिव्ह इम्पॅक्ट करतायत. दॅट ऑल आर कॉल्ड एज द रिस्क. सपोज आता तुम्ही एखादा नवीन प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च केला तर काय रिस्क आहे त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला? यू हॅव रिस्क दॅट पीपल मे नॉट लाईक इट. यू हॅव दॅट रिस्क दॅट युअर कॉम्पिटिटर मे टेक सम negative action against you, or you may get some negative popularity because of that your competitors. ह्या सगळ्या रिस्कच आहेत. रिस्क म्हणजे इथं प्रत्येक ठिकाणी ह्याचा अर्थ फक्त जीवितहानी किंवा जीवाला धोकाच नाही असं ह्या रिस्कचा, या शब्दाचा अर्थ घेऊ नका. एनिथिंग दॅट इज गोइंग टू कॉज द निगेटिव्ह or that is going to result on negative effect of output, that is called as the risk. आणि त्या काय येऊ शकतात रिस्क ह्याचा आढावा घेणे, दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज रिस्क अनालिसिस, अँड टू टेक द करेक्टिव्ह ऍक्शन और प्रिव्हेंटिव्ह ऍक्शन टू मिनिमाइज द रिस्क, दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज रिस्क मॅनेजमेंट. ओके, सो वेदर इट इज करेक्ट, वेदर इट इज क्लिअर?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
So same it is given here. So managing business ethics, managing and reducing risk, and has become one of the key components of business ethics management. Managing the business ethics by identifying areas of risk. So you have to identify where the risk may occur, accessing the scale of risk, किती त्याचा इम्पॅक्ट असणार आहे त्या रिस्कचा आउटपुट वरती, that is nothing but accessing the scale of risk and putting in place measures to mitigate. Mitigate means what? To minimize or prevent such risks from harming the business. So same I have, whatever I have explained, it is given here. Risk management techniques tend to focus more on easily identified legal risks and more quantifiable ethical risks, such as relating to pollution or product liability. For example, तुम्ही एखादा प्रोडक्ट तुमचा खूप चांगला असेल आणि त्या प्रोडक्टच्या फंक्शनिंग मुळे इफ यू आर गेटिंग सम काइंड ऑफ environmental issues like air pollution or any other issue, then that is one kind of risk that is occurring because of your product, and that care you have to take, that it should be minimized. That is risk analysis and management. The next thing is, next component is ethics managers, officers and companies. तर एखाद्या कंपनीमध्ये किंवा एखाद्या इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये इथिक्स प्रॉपरली फॉलो होत आहे का नाही, किंवा आता समजा त्या कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट त्या कंपनीचा बनवलेला आहे. कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट म्हणजे काय? ते डॉक्युमेंट आहे ज्याच्यामध्ये सगळ्या स्टेक होल्डर्सचा रोल डिस्क्राईब केलेला असतो. सो वन्स दॅट कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट डॉक्युमेंट इज प्रिपेअर्ड, वेदर दॅट कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट इज प्रॉपरली फॉलोड और नॉट, टू मॉनिटर दॅट or to cross check that, these people can be appointed as a separate part for monitoring the business ethics implementation. म्हणजे नुसतं कोड ऑफ कंडक्टचं डॉक्युमेंट असून चालत नाही कंपनीमध्ये, तर ते कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट फॉलो होत आहे का नाही प्रॉपरली हे चेक करण्यासाठी देयर कॅन बी सम पोस्ट्स or there can be some facilities through which they can check the adherence, म्हणतात त्याला adherence to the code of conduct. म्हणजे कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट हा प्रॉपरली इम्प्लिमेंट होतोय का नाही हे चेक करणे. तर त्याच्यासाठी they may have the ethics managers, they may have the ethics officers, or there can be the separate committee which is only just going to monitor whether the ethics is properly followed or not. That is the point number 5. Okay, so ethics managers, officers and committees. So these people or these committees are exclusively for checking whether the ethics is properly followed or not. Okay, so same it is given here. In some organizations, specific individuals or groups are appointed to coordinate and take responsibility for managing the ethics in their organization. जसं प्रत्येकाचा वेगळा रोल असतो. Suppose the production supervisor is taking care of the production. The research person is going to take care of the research activities. Then the quality inspection in charge is going to assure the quality of that material. तसंच इथिक्स मॅनेजर आणि इथिक्स ऑफिसर या पोस्टच्या माणसांची काय जबाबदारी असते की दे आर जस्ट अपॉइंटेड फॉर चेकिंग किंवा दे आर इन्शुरिंग वेदर द बिझनेस इथिक्स इज प्रॉपरली फॉलोड ऑर नॉट. सो नाउ ग्रोइंग नंबर ऑफ लार्ज कॉर्पोरेशन्स हॅव an ethics committee, then this CAR committee which oversees many aspects of the management of the business ethics. Okay, so just their main role is to monitor the business ethics is followed or not. Okay, so this part it is there. The responsibility of this committee or a separate post astat kiva there is one committee who is going to monitor the business ethics is followed or not. So the responsibility of this committee is the implementation and review of the company approach to CSR, the setting of priorities and planning of the future activities. So these are helping to see proper implementation of the code of conduct or to see the proper implementation of the business ethics. Okay, that is the point number 5. Then next point number 6 is ethics consultant. आता ह्या नावावरूनच लक्षात येतं आपण जसं वेगवेगळ्या कारणासाठी कन्सल्टंट अपॉइंट करतो. So the businessman is having the consultants for various reasons. So he is having consultants. Consultant म्हणजे काय? सल्लागार. He is having the consultant for financial issues. He is having consultants for some legal issues. Similarly, whether the ethics is properly followed or not, किंवा एखाद्या सिच्युएशन मध्ये जर इथिकली प्रॉपर डिसिजन घेता येत नसेल बिझनेसमॅनला तर these ethics consultants are helpful. So business ethics consultants have also become a small but firmly established fixture in the marketplace, and a wide range of companies have used external consultants rather than internal executives to manage certain areas of the business ethics. Okay, so they are helping to take the right decision in a particular given situation. That is the function of business ethics consultants. The initial growth in this sector was driven by environmental consultants who tended to offer specialist technical advice, but as social and ethical agenda facing companies has developed, so initially the consultants were there only for this environmental constraint, but nowadays it is available for the economical as well as. So what is the third perspective of that sustainability? कधी म्हणतो आपण एखाद्या बिझनेसला सस्टेनेबल? What are the triple bottom line concept? First is about environment, second is about सस्टेनेबिलिटी. सांगा मला कुठले 3 एरियाज आहेत सस्टेनेबिलिटी मध्ये? Which 3 areas are there in the sustainability? Environmental, then social, and then what is third aspect? Economic. Okay.
Economic.
Initially the consultants hote, those were only for this social or sorry, these were only for environmental, but nowadays they are available for this social as well as the ethical constraint or social or ethical that point of view also these consultants are available. Okay, so they are providing the solutions or they are guiding or helping in taking the proper decision in the given situations. Okay, so here the one example is given. At present, small consultancy firm, so there is one small consultancy firm for this ethics consultant such as KPMG and PricewaterhouseCoopers, which offers ethics consultancy along with their consultancy services. जिथं ते ethics साठी consultant ह्या ठिकाणी सध्या available करून देऊ शकतात. Okay, that is one of the example given for this ethics consultant. Then next point it is ethics education and training. Okay, so many of the companies, they are organizing the training for business ethics, understanding and implementation of the business ethics. बऱ्याच कंपन्यांमध्ये business ethics ट्रेनिंग लोकांना दिलं जातं. That is point number 7, which is called as ethics education and training of the ethics. So with greater attention in being placed on business ethics, education and training in the subject has also been on rise. So provision might be offered either for in-house or externally through ethics consultant. Okay, so simply I will explain in short once again. आता तुम्ही एखाद्या कंपनीमध्ये जॉईन झाला, तर त्या कंपनीचे रूल्स अँड रेग्युलेशन्स काय आहेत, what is code of ethics or code of conduct of that company, you will not be able to properly understand it immediately. So what is done, the training is arranged either through internal experts or the training it is arranged by the ethical consultants for that employees, and through that training you are made about or you are made aware about what are your roles, what is expected from you as an employee of this institute and the ways in which you have to behave. And through that training the implementation of business ethics it is ensured. Okay, so many academic writers have stressed the need for more ethics education among the business peoples, not only in terms of providing them with tools and solve the ethical dilemma. They have to be trained for that business ethics values or business ethics culture of that particular industry. So what are the general goals for ethics training? First, identifying the situation where the ethical decision making is involved. So first you have to understand where the ethical decision making is required or where the ethical decision making is involved. Suppose that one example we have taken during the tutorial slot, that Sarah, she is newly appointed, and if she finds that the people are working for more time and still not getting any benefit for that, what she should do? That was one case study that we have discussed in the tutorial slot. So how you can take decision under such circumstances? Ethical dilemma मध्ये तुम्ही जर आला, त्यावेळेस जर एखाद्या पर्सनला वाटलं either I should be in this job only or I should leave by ignoring, or another thought if it comes in my mind that no, I should fight for this injustice. So how to take the right ethical decision under the such situations, that guiding or that guidance it is also provided in the training. So identify the situation where ethical decision making is involved, then understanding the culture and values of the organization. Another thing you have to consider, that you have to understand the culture of that organization and you have to understand the core values of that organization. And next is evaluating the impacts of this ethical decision on the organization. So if you take a particular ethical decision, what will be its impact on the working of that organization? All these things are taught in this business ethics training. Okay, so is it clear why what is this point number 7? Yes, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the last point, it is point number 8, auditing, accounting and reporting. Now for every company these 3 things are important. Auditing, so auditing is done in order to tally all the things in the company. Okay, so various audits are carried out in the company just as a checkpoint. So this auditing, accounting section for that, and reporting the problems. मग प्रत्येक ह्याचं फंक्शनिंग चालू आहे का नाही हे चेक करण्यासाठी बऱ्याचदा ऑडिट होतं. सो ऑडिटिंग मीन्स चेकिंग द whether the business ethics is properly implemented or not. So that is the auditing part. Or for telling any किंवा एखाद्या कुठल्याही गोष्टी टॅली करायच्या असतील त्या इंडस्ट्री मधल्या किंवा कंपनी मधल्या तर फॉर दॅट यू हॅव टू डू द auditing, and for this accounting it is important, and through this auditing and accounting whatever problems are there that need to be reported. Okay. So these three aspects are important in this business ethics management. So auditing, that is just cross checking. Accounting, it is useful for that, and if any problems you are finding with that, that needs to be reported. So there are these 8 components of business ethics management. So this question can be asked as a theoretical question also, or some MCQs can be also asked based on this particular point. Okay, so is it clear? These 8 components. So I will just read that 8 components once again and summarize it. So these are 8 components of business ethics. Mission or value statement. So these are the statements which are giving the information about what are goals of that industry or what are the objectives of that industry and how they are going to achieve that. That is the mission statement. And what are the core values of that organization. ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी आपल्याला ह्या 3 points मधून मिळतात. So along with this vision also we have to consider. The next, code of ethics means what? एखाद्या कंपनीमध्ये how the various stakeholders should behave, that is described, and that document it is known as code of ethics. What is morally right, what is wrong, what they should do, and what should they not do. Okay, so all that points are explained here. Code of ethics. Reporting or advice channels. So these are the helping hands for the businessman. So they help when the businessman is not able to take the right decision under some ethical dilemma position. That is the function of this reporting or advice channels. Okay, then next, risk analysis and management. So in any business, what possible risks can occur, that you have to analyze and you have to take the proper actions to minimize that risk or to avoid the occurrence of that risk. That is called as risk management. That is point number 4. 5th is ethics managers, officers and committees. So these are the specific people or group of the people called as committees, and the main task of these 3 members or these 3 things is to check or monitor whether the business ethics is properly implemented or not. Then next is ethics consultant. So obviously this consultant is going to help for that ethical problem solving. Then ethics education and training. In many of the companies, the training of ethics is given. What is that ethics? What is its importance? How that ethics should be followed? That training is given to the employees, and that is called as ethics and education training. So main goals आहेत त्याचे. That also we have seen. The next, auditing, accounting and reporting. So you have to see what is the function of auditing, how it is related with the accounting part, and if any problem it occurs there, that you have to report. So that is the point number 8. So these are the 8 components of business ethics management. Okay, so is it clear to everyone? Yes, Ganesh, is it clear? Ganesh is there. Ganesh Kaude. Srushti Bhinge is there. Yes. Srushti. Samruddhi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these are the components of business ethics. Now the next point we are going to see, that is setting standards of ethical behavior. How you are going to set some standards for the ethical behavior. So ह्याचा अर्थ काय सिंपल, इथिकली आपलं बिहेवियर चांगलं असावं ह्यासाठी तुम्ही काहीतरी एक स्टँडर्ड सेट करता. म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल आता आपले जे रूल आहेत इथिकल बिहेवियर साठी, वी शुड ऑलवेज talk true, or we should not hurt anyone, or you should not do any wrong things, means whatever are not there as per our ethics. किंवा जे करावं असे रूल जे आहेत आपल्याकडं की जे चांगलं असतं ते आपण समजतो त्याला चांगलं, त्या गोष्टी कराव्या. फॉर एक्झाम्पल वी आर टेलिंग टू द किड्स ऑल्सो दॅट यू शुड गेट अर्ली, वेकअप अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग. तुम्ही असं करायला पाहिजे, तसं करायला पाहिजे, ह्याच्या चांगल्या गोष्टी आपण शिकवतो. These are nothing but setting the standards for ethical behavior. So, if you are, if you should help the poor, you should help to the needful. These are the standards of ethical behavior. That is just general examples I am giving. But in case of business, how you can set the standard things for ethical behavior, that point we are going to see here. So what are the standards of ethical behavior and how you can set that? Okay, so that point here we have to discuss. So many organizations have made efforts to set out specific standards of appropriate ethical conduct for their employees to follow. So many of the companies have set, or they have made the standard rules for the ethical behavior की त्या एम्प्लॉयीने अशा पद्धतीने बिहेव करायला पाहिजे. That is nothing but the standard of ethical behavior. However, most attention in business ethics theory and practice has focused on code of ethics. Okay, so that is having the main focus on code of ethics, how one should do and how one should not do. That is called as code of ethics. Then there are four, okay, so again here you can see the definition. Code of ethics are voluntary statements that commit the organizations, industries, or professions to specific beliefs, values, and actions that set up appropriate ethical behavior for the employees. Okay, so that is the second definition. So there are four main types of ethical codes. Ethical codes हे 4 टाइपचे असतात किंवा ethical code मध्ये 4 सब टाइप आहेत. Organizational or corporate code of ethics. Second, professional code of ethics. Third, industry code of ethics. And fourth, program or group code of ethics. हे 4 पद्धतीचे ethical code आहेत that we have to see. Organizational or corporate म्हणजे हा ऑर्गनायझेशनचा इंडिव्हिज्युअली कोड ऑफ इथिक्स येतो. प्रोफेशनल कोड ऑफ इथिक्स म्हणजे सपोज देयर इज ग्रुप ऑफ सम प्रोफेशनल पीपल किंवा एखादी टीम आहे कंपनीमध्ये. ऑर्गनायझेशनल कोड ऑफ इथिक्स म्हणजे काय, पूर्ण ऑर्गनायझेशनचा कोड ऑफ इथिक्स असतो तो. प्रोफेशनल कोड ऑफ इथिक्स म्हणजे सपोज देयर आर व्हेरियस टीम्स वर्किंग ऑन द प्रोजेक्ट. सो व्हाईल वर्किंग इन द टीम some code of ethics may be formed, that is called as professional code of ethics. Then industry code of ethics. So this is specifically for industry people because there the role it is different. आता जेवढा आपल्याला ऑर्गनायझेशन मध्ये म्हणजे संस्थेमध्ये कोड ऑफ इथिक्स चा आपण विचार करतो तेव्हा तिथं आपल्या फक्त पर्सनल व्हॅल्यूजचा विचार केला जातो. पण कंपनीचे किंवा इंडस्ट्रीचे जे कोड ऑफ इथिक्स असतील देर यू हॅव टू गिव्ह द फोकस फॉर दॅट सेफ्टी थिंग्स ऑल्सो. जसं ऑर्गनायझेशन मध्ये आपल्याला जास्त गरज पडत नाही 415 व्होल्टची वगैरे, त्यामुळे आपल्या कोड ऑफ इथिक्स मध्ये काय सेफ्टीचे वगैरे पॉईंट जास्त नसणार. पण ते जर तुम्ही इंडस्ट्रीचे बघितले तर इंडस्ट्रीच्या कोड ऑफ इथिक्स मध्ये देर कॅन बी सम पॉइंट्स विच आर इन्शुरिंग about the safety of that people also in terms of the high voltage instrument and all that. आणि लास्ट आहे तो program or group codes of ethics. So for the specific groups, what is the code of ethics that we have to see? So this 4 code of ethics we will see in the next lecture. You just remember this 4 code of ethics names. कुठले कुठले code of ethics 4 type: organizational or corporate, second professional, third industry code of ethics, and fourth is program or group code of ethics. Okay, so that point we will see in the next lecture. So I will stop here today. You just type your roll number in the chat box and you can leave the meeting.